Alright, so here's a video on how to get Big Boss rank on MGS2 on the MGS Master Collection. By far the hardest trophy in all the games combined. I chose extreme difficulty, radar off obviously, 2002 dog tags, I don't think that matters, but that's what I picked. And not game over if discovered. And I will have full commentary from the whole game from start to finish. Yeah, let's do this, I guess. And here I shoot the 2 cards, and after that I get some extra ammo from up here. You don't really need to get this, but might as well. The time limit of 3 hours in the Big Boss run it's not that tight. There's about half an hour at the end, so we can do stuff like that for extra safety. Like, this is not a speed run, this is a Big Boss run. There's a big difference. We do things relatively fast, but like safely. Safety is the main concern. We don't want to risk anything to save some seconds or even minutes, because there's like half an hour at the end. So we do the things just safely to get the rank over speed. We will be under the 3 hours easily anyway. Here I'm gonna knock to get this guard's attention. You don't actually need to knock. If you trank that guy so he sees him, he will like start walking anywhere around you. It's slightly faster to trank him and then knock on the wall. Here's where the first like test of the game comes. Olga. You might want to think about saving, but we can't. We only have 8 saves, so there's no way to save this early. If you get this start, you can actually like stun lock Olga in the top right corner. If you get the other start where she runs the other way, you can't do this. So it's basically luck based, I guess. I don't know if there's a way to manipulate it, but for me it's a 50-50. And here I missed the last shot. If she goes on this little monologue, then you can't do the stun lock trick anymore. And then you have to do the fight normally. If you do the fight normally, it takes like 5 minutes, or that's whatever, then let it take 5 minutes, it's no big deal. And if you get hit, that doesn't matter either, because you get full HP when the fight ends. Yeah. And that was Olga, and then we go back the way we came from. And here we have to strangle this guard, because if we trank him, he will fall into the lasers and the whole ship will blow up. So you have to drag him away from the lasers. And then the knock again and crawl under the lasers. If you equip and unequip your weapon, you move slightly faster. That's a trick we will need to use later. Yeah, it's just to make things go a tiny bit faster. And here you might have seen that I earlier picked up chaff grenade from that locker. Here's where we use it. And drank that card about the same time the chaff goes off. If the camera sees the guy sleeping, it will actually cause an alert, so you need to do it in a way that the chaff goes off about the same time.
Freeze.
Here I do a minor hiccup of not re-equipping my weapon, but it doesn't matter. It's not game over if discovered, so we can do stuff like that. And here I shoot at the glass to get the other guard's attention faster. I don't think he actually even saw the glass, he just saw the other guard sleeping, but the idea was to shoot at the glass so he would see me. Or not see me, see the broken glass and then go there. But no, I don't think that He even saw that before he saw the guard sleeping.
Freeze.
And here the first guy and the second guy you can shoot from here. But you have to be fast with this third guy. Because if you don't get this third guy now, you will have to wait a long time for him to be at a good spot. And this one I actually recommend you don't jump on him like I do. Because the guard under here will hear it.
Freeze.
If he doesn't hear it, he will just be stationary in here and you can get an easy headshot there. But if he hears you knock out the other guard, it will be slightly more difficult to get the headshot. It's not hard, but you know, it's faster. And then there's the guy down there. He can be there, he doesn't matter. He's not in our way. And here with the upcoming guard, you really want to get him fast. Because the thing is, if you don't get him before he makes his radio call, you will get an alert, or not an alert, but they will be like what's going on? Respond. So if you're slow and he gets to make the radio call, go into the room where he came from and then come back. You will lose like 10 seconds. It's no big deal. You can reset the little checkup crew like that. And here, after you shoot the sensors, you don't have to actually wait for the sound. The lasers disappear like immediately. And here we just run, and when you see the guy, when you start to see him, just shoot him in the head.
You are ordered to continue manning your post until that time.
And the second guy, you can hold him up and drag him in the head if you want to take it safely, or just straight up drag him in the head. Or you can walk past him like I do. And this one I stop at the ammo box. That's a good spot to be close enough to get a clean shot. And here you excuse me. Here you really want to get the M9 behind these pipes, the M9 ammo. And this next little, I guess you could call it a boss fight, it's in the boss rush mode. This is like the first hard part in the game. I just stay at the starting spot and press L2 and R2 at the same time to like peek. And that's how you can like dodge all the bullets, you just stay down. You don't have to move it from this spot unless they throw a grenade under you. If they do that, you have to move. Other than that, you can pretty much stay here until the last three guys try to charge you. And this, in my opinion, is the third hardest part in the entire game. The hardest is the first Tengu encounter. The second hardest is Fat Man, and this is the third hardest in my opinion. And here you want to like try to line up your M9, you will get all of them, or at least two of them. From the same, you don't need to move your aim, you can get the two of them from the same spot, maybe even three of them. And here, last three screens of Tanker. Just take the ladder. You can drop from the ledge and save like 2 seconds, but if you fail to catch the ledge, then you have to start the game from all over. It's not worth it. Just take the ladder. And here, don't try to roll under the projector, just crawl under it. Just stop and crawl. And equip, unequip for slightly faster speed. Get this guy, and you need to walk over these tiles. If you You can also roll over them if you want, but I find it safer to just walk.
Proliferation will be contained, and it will be the Marine Corps and our race that will
Hold number 2.
render all other Metal Gears obsolete.
Here
Nations building up their own Metal Gear force
you can
will
change the
think twice about their
projector
nuclear strategy,
by
providing the military
press the
dominance
action
without
button,
by range.
and you will change the projector. That was a horrible campo
The shift in the balance
imitation.
of power will mean a new world order.
Yeah, you
We,
can
the Marine Corps, will
press
play
the
a
action
central
button, it
role in
changes the
military
projectors
affairs.
to the other side. Then just walk over these tiles again.
Strategic importance of aircraft
Or roll, but I find walking safer. The next screen, you're kind of a race against time in this next one because there's an annoying guard at the front.
Not to mention interference from a major player. But this
You can see him in the top left when I run from here.
The enemy is sometimes closer to home than
We're kind of a race against time with him because he will look where you're supposed to be going. And I take this photo from the bottom right here. I don't recommend taking it yet. I recommend taking this one last, actually. I take it here. Because there's this annoying guard that
to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation.
there in the front, you can see him. Kind of have to time it so he doesn't see you.
Favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our
He almost sees me here when I come back from the bottom left. As you can see, he's gonna look down. He almost sees me there.
I have a daughter.
If I took the bottom right photo last, I would have had more time there. And that's tanker, I guess. Onward to plant section of the game. Man, how am I doing so far? It's the first time ever I'm making a video. Anyways,
We, the Marines,
here comes the biggest tip that I could give anybody in the Big Boss run. Like, it's so simple, but it's the biggest tip ever that not that many people talk about. But you can pause the game. Like, that's it. You can just press start at any point. Not going into the codec, not holding L2 or R2, but pressing start. It completely pauses your game, and it won't count against your time. Meaning that you can just pause your game at any point, and you can look how things are supposed to be done from guide videos or whatever. And then you can continue when you're ready. It will later bring out the map. That still won't count against your time when you bring up the map with start. Like, that's the biggest tip. Pause the game, look how things are supposed to be done, and continue when you're ready. That's how I did my first Big Boss run initially. I paused the game like all the time. I played one screen at a time. And as I noticed, I opened the lockers there. I'm gonna drag these two cards into the lockers to make this screen really easy. And before I did my first Big Boss run, I watched a bunch of playthroughs from different videos. I think I got this little trick from James Howell, if I remember that right. He did this and I was just like, well, I'm gonna do this too. It seems like an easy way to deal with this. And like I said earlier, we have about 30 minutes at the end. So we can spend time doing stuff like this. It's no big deal. Like, this is not a speed run. It's a Big Boss run. And it's safety over speed because we have plenty of time. The last card though, I take care a bit differently. That's where I put my own little mix at the end that I didn't look up from anybody. Yeah, not much to say here while we wait for me dragging these cards and going back. So what are the Big Boss run requirements? I guess I could have said that like at the start of the video, but if you're watching this you probably already know. It's 8 saves or less, no continues, no rations, no alerts, no kills, less than 10 life bars damage taken. A lot of people don't know that, but that's one of the requirements. But that doesn't really matter because we can't heal anyway, so you probably won't be taking that much damage. And less than 700 shots fired. You can look that up in your... If you get a game over, you get the continue screen. You can look that stuff up. And less than 60 mechs destroyed.
I'm under enemy fire. Secure the perimeter.
That's another thing you don't really have to worry about. Even though we end up doing 20 rays at the end, those are mechs, and then at the MMOUS sniping section we do like, I don't know, maybe 8 ciphers or something like that. That's like about 28 mechs that you have to destroy to beat the game. So we still have like over 30 that we can destroy along the playthrough, and I destroy a bunch. So here you just let the guard see you and then you walk around him. Pretty simple. If he actually sees you and he goes, I'm not sure if that's an alert right away. Or will he reach for the radio? If he like actually sees you, if you go too close, then you have to charge and knock him out. But it's pretty easy to stay far away enough. Yeah. Here I just knock and walk past the guard. There's faster way to do things than I do. Like here, for example, I get the M9 as fast as I can because the game gets so much more easier with the M9. We're gonna spend some time getting it early on. Yeah, you can just run, the cipher won't see you and the guard won't see you. You can just run as soon as the screen starts. And yeah, here we just get the M9, get the bullets, and then we go back.
Nothing here.
And last time we could just run past the cipher and the guard. This time we have to take out the guard from down here. The cipher will be up, so we take this little detour. And if you do the somersault down the stairs, it's always faster. Upwards you will just be flat on the ground, but downwards it's faster to do the somersault. And here, was it here that I made a mistake? I think it was. Yeah, I remember that you could charge this guy, but obviously you can't. So just stay behind the wall and wait for him to turn his back towards you, and then just getting from behind. Trank him in the head. And don't charge him like I did. When you come from the other side connection bridge, you can just start charge him, but from that side you obviously couldn't. And here I'm just gonna check real quick how's my recording doing. Yeah, still recording, or should be at least. It's the first time I'm making a video, so
What about
I hope everything goes
these remain?
okay. Here was one of the funniest lines in the game for me. It's just a random thing, but like, Vamp is dodging bullets. He's moving so fast that you lose eyesight of him. Then Raiden asks like, what is he? And then Snake says, he's a Romanian. Like, okay, like, I guess that explains how you can dodge bullets and run so fast that you lose eyesight of him. How can he do that? Well, he's a Romanian. Yeah. Here I get the chaffs. And nothing else in this screen. And here we meet Peter Stillman, the bombs disposal expert. And here comes the difference between a new game and a new game plus.
There's no need to think about this.
I chose new game, so I actually can't skip this. If you choose a new game plus, you can skip this.
Here, look at this.
But I knew that, and I still chose a new game because in my new game plus I would have the special items, the wigs, the stealth camouflage, the bandanas. And if you accidentally equip those, your big boss run is over. You cannot use special items, even if you don't actually use them. But if you accidentally equip them for a second, you're done.
How long does the effect
You won't get the big boss
There's
rank.
no way the thing can detonate.
So that's why I chose a new game, another new game plus. I guess the best case scenario would be that you have a save file where you haven't collected enough dog tags, so you don't have those special items.
Now check the floor, ceiling, walls, under a table.
But you can still do a new game plus, so you can skip this. But you wouldn't have the special items to accidentally equip. I guess that would be the best case scenario.
Help us locate the bombs.
Here, take this with you. It's what they call an ion mobility spectrometer. It can recognize ionized gas emitted by
And
C4s.
in new game there's
In other words,
also
that
one
gadget
little thing that's
sniffs out
good, that
C4's scent.
later when we go
That's
find
right.
AIMS, he's always in the same spot. In New Game Plus he's at a random spot, in New Game he's always at the same spot. It's a minor
What if
thing,
he's using some other odorless substance?
but yeah, I guess that's a
Let's see
thing
how
to,
well that sensor
thing to
works.
note.
I'm activating.
Why I prefer New Game over Plus.
You see the green stuff on the radar?
Like you
That's
lose
the
like,
visual
I haven't
representation of
timed how
C4
much you
scent
lose here,
detected
but
by
I
the
think
sensor.
it's like 2
It's a
minutes
pretty
or
big
something.
area, isn't it?
That's
Don't
no
complain.
big deal.
It's
But
better
it's a
than
big
nothing.
deal if you accidentally
Activate
equip
the
like
sensors and search the area,
a
okay?
bandana or something and you
Don't
won't
forget
notice.
that you need the
I mean,
radar
that would
to
be a
use the
pretty silly
system.
mistake, but
Log into the node at every strut
you
and
know,
turn
we're
the
all
radar
humans,
on.
it's possible.
We have to keep out of the enemy's sight too, because the radar gets knocked off.
Yeah, I'm about to get back into the game.
Fat Man would have allotted some C4s here in Strut C as well.
Sooner or later. Now we're gonna get back into the game. And the first card, just knock on the wall to get his attention. I mean the first and the last in this screen. And then shoot him in the head. Like you've probably noticed that I used the tranquilizer on a lot of cards. You can, that 700 shots, it's not that big of a deal. Here if you call a Campbell you get like a funny little codec where Rose is like, Jack, what are you doing in the woman's bathroom? And if you call Snake he's like, yeah, I've been in similar places before. Reference in MGS1. There's like so many funny missable stuff in the game. But like I still discover some stuff in this game, and the game came out in what 2001. Here I take that guy out first because this guy stops later, so I can line up the headshots. Bomb behind the door. You probably know where all the bombs are if you're watching Big Boss playthrough. You might not, because there's some extra ones on Extreme and European Extreme. Here it might seem like a bit pointless thing to do to take out the cameras, even though I'm run past them already, but there's a purpose for it. We can later just run past that room without even thinking about the cameras or thinking about the cards. Here, if you want to take it really safe, you can rank both of the cards, but you don't really need to. You can just take one side out and go through that side. And yeah, here you can charge the guy from this side. The other side you couldn't. I misremembered. And here's the second guard. Take him out and crawl under the pipes. It's probably here faster here to get up and do a somersault, but whatever. It's like a second. This equip and unequip thing might seem like a silly thing to do, but get used to it. We later actually need it or we die. Like after the Harrier fight, there's like guards in windows. And there's like dropping tiles, so you can crawl over. I'm saying crawl over, you can crawl under them. Under the windows and spam the equip, unequip, and the guards won't see you, and the tiles won't drop you down. If you don't do that in there, you will fall and die. Yeah.
Freeze.
I run like a little bit of a loop to get behind this guy. And I'm too far away. And what was next? To the warehouse, I think. Yeah, we don't have the suppressor yet for the SOCOM, but as you can see, it doesn't matter. Rebecca aim. The guard won't hear you anyway. He's like far enough from the cipher. Like I shot 4 times and he still didn't hear it. And here I recommend you pause the game and you watch somebody else through this one, because this is a total shit show. I drank that guy and I have to reset, and somehow he's still awake. I guess he didn't like... I guess he didn't have enough time to fall asleep when I reset the room. Now I need to reset it again. Like seriously, just probably pause the game and watch somebody else's videos how to do this room, like actually. And this guy I had to drink twice as well. He didn't fall asleep even though I shot him. Did I shoot the railing here or was that another playthrough? No, I didn't. Yeah, this is not good. And sometimes if they see a comrade fall down, they will call alert immediately, but I guess he just barely missed seeing him falling, so he didn't. But the idea is what I tried to do to begin with is just drank everybody in the room, drank everybody, the 2 guys up and then the 2 guys down, and not reset the room twice. Here we get the box, we need the box, and we get the SOCOM suppressor from here. I don't actually think you move faster when crawling in first person if you spam the equip unequip. And the SOCOM suppressor is... it's a must-have item in my opinion. And we get the mine detector even though we don't need it at all, but it's there. Here I go, this little behind the boxes. Sometimes the guards from up there are watching down. So I do that for a safety measure. And it seems like my video recording limit was 30 minutes, so might be a minor editing hiccup there. Anyways, take out these ciphers. We can't use a chaff because we have to crawl through this area because there's mines in there. And take this guy out up there. And equip, unequip for slightly faster crawling. Here's one mine to the left that you really want to take now, so you don't forget about it later, because we have to go to the left side a couple of times later. So take that. And onward to the next screen. Here's another screen where, like the warehouse one, I don't think my strategy is the best possible. And remember to equip the suppressor if you haven't yet. Here I take out the 2 guards in the front, but I think I take them out a bit too early. Might want to wait a bit longer than I did before taking these guys out. I miss a punch. That guy won't see if you take those out. He doesn't see it. And here I'm gonna wait like a minute. Almost tempted to like speed up the video at this point, but it's my first time making a video, so I think I'll leave the fancy editing out for now before I learn more how to edit stuff. So here's some, I'm gonna wait for like a minute for the box with the bomb to arrive. And I will kinda cut it close with the like checkup crew, because I took those 2 guards out kinda early. So they will call pretty soon, like, for the status report. Here you really want to get the bomb on your first try. You wouldn't have to wait a long time for it to arrive again. And you probably have to reset the room as well. So get that on the first attempt and then reset the room. And they're still sleeping. This guy we take out even though we could run past him, because we want to take out the camera. You could get the stun grenades under the conveyor belt thing now. We get them later. You could get them now if you want, or we get them much later in the game. Back on our way to the arsenal gear. And this screen, we just take out the guard from the right side.
Freeze!
There's another guard in the left side. We don't need to deal with him. Like, just stay on the right side and you don't have to deal with that other guard. Not sure if he would see you right here if you're slow for some reason, because you're under stuff.
Right.
And then just go back the way you came from. And the other guard will never see you. Yeah. And somersault down the stairs to save a second. Really important stuff to know. Somersault twice to save another second. Then I'm trying to remember what actually happens. I've done the big boss run twice. It's not like a thing I remember like the back of my hand. Here you can just run. You don't need to shoot this guy. He doesn't see you. And here, if you don't hear the beeping sound when you enter the room, you have a different bomb placement. I'm not sure if it's European Extreme versus Extreme, or if it's a new game versus new game plus, or if it's random. But there's one bomb that can be at a different spot. You can have a bomb here right above you where the other one is. Like under the staircase right above you. You can have this bomb and then another one like right at the same spot, just right above you. I didn't have that one, I have the other one on the other side of the room. And you will probably have the same placement as I did if you play on Extreme with the new save file. Just thing to know that you might have a different bomb placement. And I do them in this order because I'm gonna reset the room. For the why are you late for your status report thing. It probably would be possible to do the other side where we are going anyway, but Raiden goes up the stairs so slowly that I didn't want to risk it, so I just go the safe way there. We can probably do the bombs in the other order. Here he actually like zooms in on the security camera, which makes me think that we're kind of doing this whole big shell in the wrong order, basically. Because we've seen plenty of security cameras by now, and now he's like zooming into the camera like, hey, this is a thing. Like, yeah, I know, I've seen many of them already. I kind of think that we did the like big shell in not intended order. Here we have like 200 seconds. I'll never make it. No, there's more than enough time. 200 seconds is a lot when you know where you're going. And yeah. I think I was like 11 or 12 when this game first came out on the PS2. We can just run past here because we took out the cameras earlier. I think I was like 11 or 12 when this game first came out when I played it, and I didn't get any of the plot because like English not being my first language, and I try to speak without accent, but sometimes it just comes out without, if I don't really focus, or it probably comes out a lot, but yeah, I didn't like this game as much as MGS1 because I was like a child and I just thought that Snake is much cooler than Raiden. Like, why am I playing with this guy when I could be playing as Snake? Like, that's what I thought. Yeah, I opened the second locker too, but there's nothing in it. You don't need to do that. I think a lot of people were like, they didn't like this game as much as one just because of Raiden. I was like that, but I didn't get any of the plot. Like, I was 11. I didn't understand anything. I don't know, later age I've kind of gotten a more appreciation for the MGS2. Like the ending of the game is like so brilliant. It describes so well how the internet is today, like 20 years later. The game kind of predicts it. Like the ending of this game is... The whole game is kind of a genius. And here I go for a swim for no reason. And that was accidental. If you play on easier difficulties, this bomb is at a different spot. Which you probably already know. And here's where I make my first save. I I think I've edited it out, but or not here, but as soon as the boss fight starts, I recommend you make your first save here. It's a long time to play. The save file should be about 45 minutes. If you've done things as I've done them. Slow and steady wins the race. Yeah, you just kind of listen to the Fortune's gun noise and you kind of just get into the rhythm of like doing the cartwheel right before she shoots you. The hardest part in this fight is like when she stops firing at you for a moment and then starts again. Dodge the first one. That's the hardest thing. If you get into the rhythm, it's actually quite easy. And you kind of have to save here, in my opinion. Because you get one shot at if she hits you. Sometimes you don't on extreme. Usually you just get one shot. It's too big of a risk. 45 minutes into the game, you have to have a save here. And it should be your first save. It's by far the longest section you have to play. Or I guess you can save wherever you want, but you just need to have under 8 ones. I have my first save on that fight. That's why I recommend you have yours. Here we pick up the 2 claymores. I'm actually gonna use the claymores on Fatman. A lot of people don't. I've seen that not a lot of people use claymores on Fatman. I find them extremely useful in that fight. Like really helpful. Like the difference between winning and losing are kind of helpful. And we are on our way to Fatman. Fatman in my excuse me. Fatman in my opinion is the second hardest part in the game. The first thing you fight at the arsenal gear, that's by far the hardest. Third hardest being the thing we have already done, the gunfight with Snake. And Fatman is quite RNG heavy. And on this playthrough I get really lucky with him. Like, he just keeps hovering close to me. As we will soon see. And we can just chaff and run. Yeah, I'm not sure if you need to even take out that first guy, but might as well, just to be safe. I will have about 600 shots fired at the end of the game. There's a 700 limit. And on our way to Fatman. I'm not sure what I was looking for there. I think I was looking for is there extra ammo somewhere. Okay. And here I will utilize the claymores. Every single attempt I place them at the same places, facing the same way, so I remember where they are. But the thing you know about Fatman is he will never place more bombs when the timer is up. So when the timer is up, he will never place more bombs. You have time to do stuff like this, especially at the beginning. And I recommend you make your second save on Fatman. I didn't. I took a big chance here, a big risk. I didn't save here. I recommend you do your second save on this boss. Just place the mines. And if you're really fast, you can get him twice in the head. That's really hard to do. I don't manage to do it that many times. And here we just heard him roll into a mine. I'm not sure which mine is it, so I don't actually get to shoot him. But it was still super helpful because he's not placing bombs. And he rolled into another mine, which was a bit unfortunate because I think he still had the invulnerability window. He didn't fall. He should fall every time he rolls into a mine, but he didn't fall there. And you really want him to try to shoot you, because when he tries to shoot you, he kind of wastes his invulnerability window on that. And yeah, I've never gotten as lucky as I did on this playthrough on Fatman. He's just hovering near me and he's just not placing the bombs. But this is probably not the best video in terms of how to do this, because I get super lucky, but just stay close to him. Be super aggressive and use the auto aim on L1. L1 auto aim to make sure your shots hit. And you're about to see why the auto aim is super important. So I follow him down here, and I'm actually not sure where he is, but I see right an auto aim right there. So oh, he's there. I almost missed that he went this way, or this bottom left. He doesn't actually place a single bomb in this playthrough. And the mines didn't seem that useful. Sometimes he like falls 5 times because you placed mines. Now I only think he did it once, but like I really recommend using the mines. It makes the fight so much more easier. You might lose a couple of attempts because you forgot you put mines and you walk into your own mines, but that's why I recommend you put the mines every single time in same places and facing the same direction. I face them like downwards, and I always walk like above them, I guess you could say. And yeah, that was Fatman, I guess. And now we go to... where do we go? We go to the warehouse to get the AK. Today was a good day. That's what we'll do. Yeah. And the guards they have woken up by this point. They usually don't wake up when you move one screen back and forth, but there was like a boss fight there, so... The other guard is actually still asleep. Oh yeah, I didn't take out that one earlier. Yeah, we can just use the chaff because there's no more mines. We can just run past here, we don't need to take out the ciphers. And here I do a punch punch kick kick because there's a guard here in the little balcony looking at you. If you do the punch punch kick kick, it just gives just enough time for him to move away. And I had one game over here because that guy saw me. I have to get him fast. And here, get the Socom ammo even if you have full. It's times this thing in a way that the guards don't see you. And you probably won't be full on Socom ammo otherwise, because I mean, how would you be? Because you used a bunch on Fatman. And here I take this out. Not sure why I don't just chaff and run. Probably because this guy up here would see you, maybe. Because we have to go to the left side. And not just run straight through. Here, as soon as you enter this area, you want to take out the camera with the SOCOM. It's not mandatory to take these cameras out, we can use chaff when we come back, but I find to do it this way easier or safer. You're not in as much of a hurry. Always remember to put the AK back so the guards don't suspect anything. You're a really inconspicuous looking one here. Is that even a word? I think it might be. Here I go to the side room to get some more M9 ammo and additional chaffs. And then we're back to this area and onto the elevator to find the directional microphone on the basement 2 floor. And yeah. Not much to say here. Just get the mic. Just get it. Don't run into the guards. Run back. I heard this is like some kind of a MGS1 or 2 reference, or not MGS, but Metal Gear 1 or 2, that NES games that the guys like running. There's like a boss called Running Man or something. Actually, I haven't played those, but since I got the Master Collection, I'm probably gonna play those at some point. And here we knock on the floor to get the guard's attention, and then just grab him to the retinal scanner. And since we're playing a new game and not a new game plus, that means that aims will always be at the same spot.
Retinol pattern recognized. You are cleared to enter.
We can just run straight to aims because we know where he is. If you're playing New Game Plus, look for a guy with a mullet. You don't actually need to listen to anybody's heartbeat, just he's the only dude with a mullet. But New Game, we don't have to look for him, we know he's at that spot every time. There's another minor difference with the New Game or New Game Plus. Yeah, just gonna check real quick how's my recording doing. I can only record half an hour at a time on this web camera / microphone. Still got 6 minutes left before I need to make another one. Yeah, not much to say here either, just wait for the guard to turn his back, get him and go to the elevator.
Freeze!
If you press the elevator button twice, it will actually come slightly faster, same as in MGS1. And here the first guard you need to be fast. He's like a tough guy, he will not keep his arms up very long. I had one game over here because I didn't shoot him fast enough and he turned on me. And here it's important that you don't shoot these guards in the sight of the one that is in the hallway where we're going. Just wait till they're out of this little hallway here so they don't fall in front of him. He will call an alert if he sees sees another car fall in front of him. Take the bullets. And we are done with that area. Throw a chaff here just to keep the ciphers in place for easier shots. You can actually shoot your own chaff grenade after you throw it to the ground if you want it to explode like a second faster. And here it's important that we don't actually drop the tiles. Well, it's not super important to be honest, but actually I dropped one of those by accident. And we will see when we later come back here that it hasn't respawned. So the tiles actually, if you drop them now, they don't respawn. And we have to come back here later in the game when we go to the arsenal gear. And we will be on a timer then. So we can, when we come back here, then we can just run here when we're on the timer. It's not really a big deal, but a minor thing that you want to skip them now. And here's another shit show. I missed this guy like twice, and then the other card sees me. If he doesn't see you, just wait till he turns his back for you and then go. And here, I actually think you get the BSGT later in the game if you don't get it now. It appears somewhere because I saw a speedrunner not take it here and still get the big boss rank, but I'm just gonna get it here. I don't know where it spawns later. Let's just get it as soon as possible. And the ciphers are still out, luckily. And now we're gonna go to the bridge to shoot. Shoot our way to the Harrier with the sniper. Here I make a minor mistake, doesn't really matter if I run into this little wall here. Oh no, I wasted a second. This screen you can just run through, nothing to worry about. Then we are at the sediment pool. Here I actually don't think you need to take out this guy in the middle. I do, but I think you can just run here. Pretty sure he doesn't see you. And here, if that other guard sees you, he doesn't have time to make the alert, so... Here we come to the sniping section. And here it's important that you don't be an elitist and use the Penazemin. Not sure how to say that word. Pentazemin. We have plenty of those. You can use up to 4 of them. I mean, you could even use all of them, but save at least once is what I recommend. I only use one of them because I like using the Soko more, but if you feel more comfortable with the sniper, you can use the sniper. Just leave one Pentazemin. We will use that later. And leave the flag for last. The reason you leave the flag for last is that it's actually hard to tell if you've hit the sensor behind it or not. So when you leave it for last, you know that you've hit it for sure. Because there's like the cinematics of the lasers going down. So we're leaving that for last. And you can't do any kills in a big boss rank playthrough. But luckily the seagulls don't count. So we can shoot that one sensor behind the seagulls. No problem, it won't count towards you. No, your pacifist run. You can kill as many birds as you want. And if you kill like a lot of them, Rose will actually call you and say like, "Jack, you monster." It's kind of funny, but yeah. Don't ask me how I know that. And I've heard that if you have a second controller, you can actually control the flag with the second controller. I don't know if that's true, but I'm assuming it is. Because of like the second controller things in MGS1 Psycho Man, it's probably true. At least on the other versions of the game. Yeah. And here is, I recommend you make your third save right on the Harrier.
Colonel.
This would be save number 3. I've heard you can shoot the Harrier here 5 times, but I only shoot it 3 times. So you kind of need to save your ammo. You can't miss that many. I'm not exactly sure how many missiles you can miss, but I think it's like about 5. If you miss more than that, then you will run out of ammo in the fight, and you will not get more on extreme. So here, for example, I don't shoot him more because I think I would miss. I'm not sure if I would hit it here, but I'm just gonna save my ammo. And kind of hang on this side of the boss arena so you can go down here fast. For that.
You're tougher than I thought.
Then here I think I like lose sight of him actually. And I spin around to see where he's at. Every time he says that I'll let you go out in style and does the beeping missiles. Every single time after that you can go up here for a safe spot. If you're at the very corner of this, not even slightly off the corner, at the very corner, all of these missiles will miss you. You need to be at the very corner. Here I actually shoot the Kasatka. Otagon says, what are you doing? What are you doing hovering behind it? Here, I think I should actually go down right now, but I don't, because reasons. Here is the only time in the game where we use the box. And hide here behind the box, so, or under the box, so he won't hit you when he shoots like over that little thing. He will miss everything. Yeah, let's just keep hiding as long as he shoots. And then it's I'll let you go out in style and the beeping missiles, and then you go to the safe spot again. At this point you always know what's gonna happen. It's a pattern. Here I almost mess up because the camera angle like changes and I go lay down for a second. I've actually died to this spot because I wasn't right at the corner. It's really precise. As soon as he stops, just X turn right and spam your rockets. Don't wait until your rocket hits to shoot another one, just spam the shoot button. So it will shoot faster. You don't need to have it on target when you shoot. As long as it's some point on the target for like a second, it's enough. Here you can shoot it once before he starts using the machine guns. But it's a little bit of a risky shot. And here I screw up again. At least it shows you don't have to be perfect to get this big boss rank. You can make plenty of mistakes. I think the phase ends. She doesn't usually go from right to left to right. So I thought the phase ended and I get shot here. This usually stays at one side or changes sides once. But he kind of tripped me by changing sides twice. And I have to go to the safe spot for a third time because I usually would have to only go there twice. I'm a little bit low on damage since I shot the Kasatka the first time I went here. And when he starts shooting with the machine guns the first time, I forgot to take that one that I said a risky shot. I forgot to take it the first time. So I have to go here for a third time. Usually I would only have to go here twice. This time it's 3 times. But whatever. And I didn't miss that. I didn't miss that many stingers. And I have 2 left at the end. So you kind of have to make most of your shots count. Or you will run out of ammo. That has happened to me before.
Colonel,
Here's gonna be a little bit of a risky jump. I actually probably recommend not doing this jump unless you feel comfortable with it. Just remember that if you go along the pipeline, that you will fall if you run in the bird shit. You need to walk on it. And here's where we use the last Penazemin if you used a lot of the sniper on the sniping section. I told to leave 1. So we use it here. But I liked using Sokon on the sniping section more anyways, so I have plenty. But you don't need to save them. This is the last spot you need before you get more, before you get full. Here the camera kind of trips me up, like I have a hard time controlling right and here, like every time for some reason. Like I'm pressing top right and he's like leaning against the wall and feels weird, man. And here's another section where we are not doing any speedrun strats, we're doing safe strats. This makes this completely irrelevant. Just equip and unequip your weapon or grenade. And you have to spam it. If you don't, you will fall here. You need the extra speed. You can probably get up after you've passed the last guard, but better safe than sorry. This section really reminds me of like Metal Gear Solid 1, where you have to go against the wall with Snake in the lava section. It's clearly a reference to this. There's a lot of references. Like for example, when you fight Vamp, it's like a square room and you can't go in the middle. Same as in MGS1 when you fight Ocelot. And here, throw the chaff as soon as you fall down. And you can cartwheel both of these little holes, but I don't with the second one because it's a really tight jump. Better be safe than save a second or 2 seconds. I do not recommend jumping over the second hole. And there's not much to say for a little while here. Let's get the M9 bullets there. Here we get the M4, but we don't need it. Let's get the chaffs. Might as well since it's there, but you don't need the M4. Our RPG here behind the corner, I'm gonna utilize that in the Vamp boss fight a bunch. So yeah, take that. Then we get the Nikita from the water. This little swimming section, or I guess It's called diving if you're underwater. Do you know why divers, when they are at the edge of the boat and they like go backwards into the water, like why do they do that? Well, if they're sitting at the edge of the boat and if they went forwards, they would be back in the boat. So of course they have to go backwards. Like how could they go forwards if they're sitting at the edge of the boat? You know. So that's why. Now you know. Anyways. Now we go back to the Nikita section. Yeah, that was a very funny joke. Not much to say here. And we go back to the Nikita section. I kind of manipulate the president's position here. We need to wake him up anyway, so I shoot the Nikita at the wall. You could also wake him up with a stun grenade. But that's what my original plan was in my first playthrough, but then I noticed that I actually don't have any stun grenades. I didn't pick them up at any point. We might have picked them up, but not even noticing on Fatman fight. Yeah, I shoot that to wake him up. And here it's easy to remember the way. It's first left and then right every time you can. First left and then right every time you can. That's the way. And hopefully the president will not be in your way.
What is it?
If he like falls flat, if he falls flat on his face in front of the thing that you need to shoot, and he will actually die if you hit it, then he needs to duck. It's a little bit dumb because if he's flat on his face in front of it, he's actually further away from it if he's like ducking in front of it.
I wish.
If he's flat on his face, he will die. If he's ducking, he won't die. But I've gotten that position every time I've done this. Granted, I've only done Big Boss Run twice, so... But sample size of twice works every time.
I took these photos 2 years ago.
And back to get Emma we will go.
How did you...
It's not much to say here again. What should I talk about? Why I'm wearing sunglasses inside. I kind of want to keep what I look like a little bit of a mystery, but like not really. So I wear sunglasses inside to look like an idiot, I guess. But that's what I do to keep what I look like a little bit of a mystery. I reveal on 5 million subs. And here we go to the diving section. You don't have the radar in a big boss run, so you just kind of have to memorize your way. And you can like do the pause trick. If you don't remember, just pause your game, brings up the map of the place, and that won't count against your time. Just pause the game and look where you're supposed to be going, and when you're ready, continue your save files. And here we see Peter Stillman. Like, I find it a little bit stupid that Fatman had Peter Stillman's dog tags. Like, his body is here underwater. Because the place flooded after he blew himself up. Or, well, didn't blow himself up, Fatman blew him up. So, like, when did he get his dog tags? Anyway, we are at the vamp fight here, and I recommend you make your fourth, I think, yes, fourth save file here. And I take out these lights for a reason that he won't do a specific attack in the last phase. He won't nail your shadow because there are no shadows. He will throw a knife to your shadow and you can't move. But if you take out the lights, you can't do that. He's like Shikamaru in Naruto. Asuma's chakra blades tries to nail your shadow. Here I go to this specific spot to melee him with the Nikita. I go to this little corner so he can't jump behind you. If you're in the like somewhere else, sometimes he annoyingly jumps behind you before he tries to hit with the knife. But if you go to the corner, well, he can't jump behind you. And this little spinning attack, you just walk towards him and he will throw the knives over your head. It's 2 RPG shots when he's in the water. He'll come back pretty quickly. And it's a pattern, like every other time he comes from the water he will try to melee you, and every other time he will go up on the railings. And here you can like L1 auto aim him. You kinda have to if you want to shoot him. Sometimes the auto aim stuck into the knives and that's super annoying. Like, what can you do? If you have any stinger ammo left, you can also use the stingers on the water, make him run out of HO. And the timing with the Nikita is like at the same time when he starts to jump, you kind of press the melee swing at the same time. Or like very slightly before he jumps, or at the same time he jumps, and you should nail him every time. Might take a try or two to get the timing, but it's not that hard, and that's why we have a save here. There's a speedrun strat where you basically punch him to death. I've done that once before, but there's like a million speedrun videos of this game, and they all do it, so I just thought that I show like a normal way how to do this boss. If you want to do the cheese way, look up any speedrun of the game and they will do it. I'm not sure if it's considered a glitch. It might not be in a glitchless run. It's probably not a glitch, I'm not too sure. And one important thing about this fight is to pick up the M9 ammo in the corner. After you have, I think it gives you 15 ammo. So after you have 31 ammo or less, at some point pick up the armor in the corner. I think it's there still after the fight if you forgot to pick it up mid-fight. I'm not 100% sure on that. But it's really important to pick up that M9 ammo in the corner when you have 31 shots or less. Yes. The M9 that you will get from that, I actually tried to shoot the stingers on the water here and I failed for some reason. Yeah, that ammo will have to last you to the rest of the game. Yeah, every time you shoot the pillar, like above the water level, you will stage. Oh. Here goes to the last phase. Tempted to speed up this video again because I'm so bad at this and this phase takes forever. You really need to shoot him fast and you need to auto-aim him and hope that your auto-aim doesn't stick to the knives he throws, like it does there. And when this fight ends, you need to have about 30 M9 ammo left. So you will not get any more M9 ammo until the end of the game. And I spent a bunch here, like missing. Like this is another shit show, but it is what it is. That's why my run is the best, because it's not clearly the best. So you know that you can make plenty of mistakes and you can get the big boss rank. Like, how many times have I missed him now? Like 5 times in a row. So yeah. Finally hit him once. And I get hit by the knives. This phase just takes forever for me. And if you didn't shoot at the lights, then he would like nail your shadow and you can move. If you have like less than 30 ammo at the end of this, I would actually recommend just reloading your save. And just don't shoot him as much with the M9 and use the RPG more and use the Nikita more. You can just prolong the fight and get the pattern basically until the last phase, so you don't need to use M9 that much. Like I think I have like about 30 bullets here, and at the end of the game I will have 3 bullets left, and I'm really stressing out my bullet count in the Tengu fight. So yeah, 30 M9 bullets is what you want to have at the end. And here the body armor, if you forget to pick this up, then you're kind of screwed. Unless you get it at a later point in the game, I'm not sure. Like some of the items, they spawn later if you miss them. I'm not sure if that's one of them, but you really need the body armor. Get the penalism in there, and it's the ammo guarding section. Again, there's not a whole ton to say. You don't have the radar, so you have to memorize your way. If you don't remember it, you can pause your game. See where you needed to go. Well, there's not much to remember here. It's a pretty short section, but the next one is a longer one. And if Emma stays still for a long time, she will start sitting down. And if you run into her, she gets up faster than just holding the action button. So you can grab her hand faster by running into her. There's longer swimming section coming up. Yeah, you just kind of need to remember where to go. To make sure she doesn't take too much damage. I'm not sure if you can heal her by letting her just sit down. I know that heals her in lower difficulties. I'm not sure about extreme. Probably will, but just play it safe and don't let her take damage. Like, we have about 30 minutes at the end of the game. Well, there's no need to rush. Play it safe, better safe than sorry. That's the thing about the big boss run. Like it's not a speed run. It's better safe than sorry. The timing is not the thing to worry about. It's the 8 saves is the biggest thing, and I'd say that the second biggest thing is the 700 shots. You can keep track of that in the continue screen. It says like ammo ED, it shows how many shots you have fired. And here it's faster to just strangle Emma through the box. You're meant to use the cooling spray, but you can get by faster like this. Just don't think what you're doing and just do it. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for the guard to show up and shoot him in the head. Yeah, if you want to play it safe, you wait for this other guard before you drag Emma into this corner. She will kind of see me here for a second. So if you want to play safe, you will go there earlier to wait him. And here there's a little cinematic of extra guard coming up, but we don't need to worry about him. He won't be any trouble. He will wake up those guards, but who cares?
Freeze.
Yeah, let's take those out. Checking how much time I have left on the recording. I need to do this in a 30-minute intervals. About 2 minutes. And get this last guy to the head. And we are through this room. And in this next room, there's 2 ciphers and a couple cards. I actually kind of screw up here. I let one of the cards see me and then I need to reset. There's a better timing than what I do here. This guy doesn't necessarily see you. But he saw me, so I need to reset. And here my timing is kind of screwed up because that guy up there saw me. I have no idea when this next guard is gonna show himself. So I wouldn't usually have to reset that room. Or this area. This screen. And here I kind of stay too far back. Just go to the start of the ramp like here. So you can, when you go to your tippy toes, you can see him. And nail him in the head and that's it. Let's keep going. Add the coolant spray here on the fire. Just kind of aim the thing at the floor. Pretty simple. If you aim it too high, they won't. The fires won't go out. And here, this next room. You want to be kind of fast in this next room. You want to get the guards early because they're like lined up well. And then we are on our way to the sniping section of the game. And I would make up my 5th save here when the sniping section starts. And I do, I've edited my saves out, but this is the spot for our 5th save. And what I hated about when I tried to Google, when I first did my big boss run, I tried to Google that can Emma be seen here? will it count against your big boss rank? And like there's so much information on the internet. Like half the people saying yes, she can be seen, and half the people saying no, she cannot. Like it was so damn annoying. Just people don't talk if you don't know what you're talking about. Like it was so annoying to find that info can be seen or not. And then there's things about, no, my game had 3 alerts. Well, the game will have 3 alerts anyway. Like, there's 3 mandatory alerts, and no. This is not one of them. Like, Emma can be seen here, and you will get your big boss rank. She gets seen twice on my playthrough here, so I hope we can put that to rest. She can be seen, and you will get your big boss. She gets seen twice here. Here you really want to take out the top left guy, then the bottom right, and then the bottom left in that order. There she got seen once. She didn't really get seen, but like the second time she clearly gets seen. And this is a good time to shoot at the mines here. You can shoot the mines with either the PSG-1T or with the PSG-1. Either one works. Here when she goes on the platform, there will be a guy that shows up in the top left. I'm kind of waiting for him here. And you can use your penas, I mean, almost as much as you want. You get more in the bottom left of this area. And this one mine is annoying. It's like halfly behind the pillar. It's really annoying to get the aim there. That's why you need to go to the like corner where I went, the sniping position, or else you won't be able to shoot that. And I'm kind of staying on top of the ammo box that respawns there. And these ones that are like flying above you, close by, you can actually shoot them with the SOCOM as well if you want. I usually do. This time I remembered them a little bit late, so they were a bit far away. This is another one where it's the same order as the other platform, like top left first, then bottom right, then bottom left. And here Emma clearly gets seen. Okay. And I end up getting the big boss rank. Like, not even a question. This section really just comes down to memorizing what you have to do and when. Mostly the 3 guys in the left platform and the 3 guys in the right platform, you can kind of want to be ready when they show up. And shoot the mines when you have time. Like, don't try to shoot all the mines at the beginning. There's plenty of downtime, like here, for example. Like, nothing happens. I shot them a bit earlier, but I realized that I might as well get this. And here it's the same pattern actually, and when she goes up on the platform there will be a guy on the top left. It was the same thing with the first platform when she gets on the platform. And you don't really need to shoot this guy to the head, you just need to hit him somewhere. If you use the directional microphone now on that thing, there will be some funny dialogue with Johnny and Emma. While she's behind there. Another thing that I showcase while I try to do a big boss run, but yeah, Snake will soon call us, and if you call Snake back, he will actually start sniping, but
This is
it's really doesn't matter on extreme because there's not much to do at all. On easier difficulties, Snake will call you earlier. There's like the 60 mechs destroyed limit in a big boss run, so I guess Snake could take out the last couple and a couple of those ciphers to not have you destroy 2 mechs, but the 60 mech limit, it's actually kind of an irrelevant thing. And here we're about to be on the Vamp 2 fight. And I almost actually fail here completely. I shoot Emma once and I don't position myself on top of the ammo box. I'm like slightly off. You kind of want to position here yourself on the ammo box. You will see later where it is. Because I have to reposition myself because I run out of ammo. And you need to use the tranquilizer sniper even though Vamp doesn't die, but it will count against, I mean it will be a kill. Like that's the spot you want to stay at. Now I'm getting ammo. And Emma is actually 1 tick away from dying, so I kind of clutched this out. Hopefully you have some BSGT ammo after that is done. I will utilize them later. I have 6 ammo for the BSGT. It's probably not a thing I would reset the game over. But it's a thing to keep in mind that it will be helpful if you have BSGT ammo left. That's another thing why you want to position yourself on top of the ammo box. And as you can see, we have 20 M9 bullets left. 19 after this guy. And I'm stressing out my M9 bullet count throughout the rest of the game. Here I get the stun grenades. You could get this earlier in the playthrough, but now there's nobody in your way at least. And now you will see why we didn't drop the tiles earlier. We're on a timer here. And the tiles, if you fought them earlier, they haven't respawned. As you can see, the one that's at the end that I dropped accidentally. It's not a close timer, but you know, if the tiles are there, I mean are not there, you might have to use like 2 chaffs or destroy the ciphers or something. Probably use 2 chaffs. I actually have not counted like how many mechs I destroy in this playthrough. But I read in many places that it needs to be under 60 to get the big boss rank. And you end up destroying 20 Metal Gear Rays and like 8 or something ciphers in the mandatory Emma sniping section.
You've grown. High concentration of cerebral implants. Have they altered your memory?
When I was 11 or 12 when I first played this game on PlayStation 2, like 20 years ago, I was so mad when I played the game on, I don't remember if it was Extreme or Europe. I think it was European Extreme actually. I couldn't beat the game because I
2
couldn't
years
get
ago.
past the torture section. As a child. Not that one, but the later one. Like,
Olga, you can't keep this up. They're bound to find you.
Listen, I'll free you in a little while. Brace yourself.
and here if you call Rose, you will save like 10 seconds. Just call her and do not save.
Jack,
If you don't call her, she will call you, but it will take a little while. Here I take the medicine from the locker, but I end up not using it because I go through this section like fast enough that you won't get a cold. Oh, you don't need to pick that up. Yeah, the AI has gone haywire. We will ignore all the calls. Just focus on this segment. Or all the ones we are optional to answer or not. And here we go to the other side to get a box. And we will be in the box the rest of the segment. Here I go to first person view to see where the camera is placed. Or where it's looking. They are always at the same timing looking at the same stuff. And here's another camera. They kind of take a look real quick, and yeah, I have to wait a little bit. And then I can just get in here. And here you have to answer like 6 correct calls or something like that for the game to progress. I don't know if you answer them earlier, do they count towards the 6, but you really want to focus on that segment. You don't want to like reload your save all the way from the sniping section or wherever your last save is. And yeah, not much to say again, just answer the codec calls and Rose will call you eventually. Then Snake comes up with your gear.
Move the right
And
stick up and down.
here's a minor thing, but it ends up being it's kind of a big deal. Equip the body armor now. Because the next segment is the hardest in the game. And you want to save before the next segment. And if you don't have your body armor equipped, every single time you load your file you need to re-equip it. And if you have to do the segment like 20 times like I did in my first Big Boss playthrough, you have to equip the body armor like 20 times, and it just gets it's a minor thing. It gets annoying that you have to always start by equipping the body armor. If you equip it now, you will have it on when you load your save. Yeah, a little thing, but you know. And wherever you have placed... Oh, my voice just broke. Wherever you have placed your saves, I highly recommend one of them is here. Like this is the hardest section in the game.
Follow me.
Yeah, just keep nailing those shots and go to this corner in the beginning and you won't get hit at all. Snake will though, probably.
You want to be left behind.
And I'm really stressing my M9 ammo in this one. And here, when you come back, try to run into Snake. So he doesn't like go in there to get himself killed. And then just run back and kind of bait out the swordsman. You don't have to deal with the Tengu guys. You don't need to deal with the shooters at the same time. Here I get the PSGT. I have 6 ammo on left. That's why you wanted to stay on top of the ammo box on Vamp. Get these guys and get these guys up here.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Taking care of business while you're just waiting. And did I do the same thing here? I think so, yeah. Like, go past the invisible line where the enemies will appear, and then take out the PSGT, take out these 2 guys up on the balcony. If you don't have any ammo on the PSGT, you can kind of snipe these guys with the M9 from pretty far away. I find that PSGT pretty useful. And I hope you have some of the Penazemin left as well. Like I'm really low on the M9 ammo. And I need them. You will soon see why. Yeah, I'm not sure I would actually hit Snake because the dot is not on his head. And here I do a little strat. I kinda came up on my own. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have done this because it's a 20-year-old game and it's a hard segment and the necessity is the mother of innovation. But I kind of make Snake sleep there so he doesn't get himself killed. Then I go to this corner, equip the sword. And I do this like one single slash over and over again. I don't do combo, because if I do combo, Raiden will actually slide into the gunfire. And then I keep tranking Snake so he doesn't get himself killed. The legendary soldier. Like the harder thing here is actually to keep Snake alive than keeping yourself alive. I mean, both are difficult. This is by far the hardest segment in the game. I just keep doing this and put the block up while you're waiting for more of this to show up, just in case. And I can see the line in the pillar, like the line that goes up next to Raiden's head. I'm kind of looking that line and Raiden's head to make sure that he is far enough that he's not in the gunfire. And if I were to combo here, Raiden would slide into the gunfire. And here I take the coolant spray out because if the Tengu is there and you try to shoot Snake in the head with the tranquilizer, the Tengu will actually block the shot. Because he thinks you're trying to shoot him. Here I got pretty close to dying. And always like crouch to get your health back up when you can. And I do this like as long as the swords guys keep spawning. Which is a good while. And keep dranking Snake. There, I was worried there that did I actually even hit him. Yes, you see there I combo and I'm immediately in the gunfire. The most annoying thing about it equipping the M9 is there's this animation of Raiden putting his sword away. And then when you re-equip the sword, there's the animation of Raiden getting the sword off his back. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but this is what I came up with. I've seen a speedrun where they glitch themselves through that door. But I'm kind of an anti-glitch when I play games. I never glitch games purposefully. If you want to glitch your game, go ahead. Why not? It gets you the trophy, it gets you the trophy. But I want to do things without glitching. I'll go through the extra mile of doing stuff like this. Though I was damn tempted to glitch myself through the door because screw this segment. Yeah, just keep doing this until the sword guards stop spawning. Here I get a little bit unlucky, two of them spawn at once and they are like not lined up, which is what they usually are. Here I'm thinking what should I be doing? So I think I'm done with the sword guys. I try to throw a stun grenade into those guys, but they shoot me and it ends up dropping at my feet. I think I failed the second stun as well. I don't really remember, but let's see in a second. Yeah, I failed the second one as well. You wanna kind of cook the grenade in your hand for a little bit, so it right and throws it further away. Here Snake wakes up and see how fast he will start taking damage, like... Finally end up doing a successful stun. There's sometimes guys in the balcony to the left that you need to take care of. Yeah, made it.
Right.
Made it without glitching. Nothing against glitching, but I just don't want to do it myself personally. Unless I'm really forced to. And here's a little bit of an awkward moment. I'm thinking how many saves do I have left, and I remember that I didn't save at Fatman, so I edited that out, but I saved there because I had the extra save. You need to have 2 more saves left for Race and Solidus. So count your saves, can you save there or not? I didn't end up saving at Fatman, which I recommended you to save on. Here I just paused the game to check some recording stuff. Yeah, count your saves. Can you afford one here? You probably can't.
You all right?
And every time you get hit, just run back here and heal. And then back to the fight. And whenever you hit, just go back and heal. And I try to stay in the southern part of this area, so I have a shorter distance to the safe area, where I can heal safely. Yeah, just keep whacking them and... I tried a strategy where I pull one of the Tengu into the safe area and like keep him there with a cooling spray, so there's one less guy for Snake to deal with. But he ended up dying in one of my attempts. my first big run rush, and I was like, okay, let's just do this legitimately. Like, actually help him. If you have low HP like me when you come into this room, Snake should have the M4. If you have high health, he will have Socom. So you might actually, if you're already really high health, you might actually want to come here purposefully on a lower health, just punch Snake or something, so he shoots you so you have lower health. Because Snake is a beast with the M4 and he's not as good with the Socom. Yeah, this is not that difficult of a segment. Just know that it's like a red alert every time you get hit, and the main priority is to get your health up. Yeah, just keep running and whack him, and I'll always run with the block up in case you luckily block some bullets. Yeah, not much to say here, it's just play it safe. Whenever you get hit, heal. And don't go to the northern part too much. Just keep doing this over and over again. There are probably some speedrun strats that do this in a safer way than I do. You might want to look those up. But, like, I tried one such thing myself by getting one of the Tangle guys into the safe room and keeping him there with the cooling spray. But Snake just died even though he had the M4, so I don't know what I did there wrong. I've heard that you can do it like that, but it didn't work for me, so I did this the normal way. Yeah, I really need to figure out how to record more than 30 minutes at a time. Might be some minor editing hiccups in the video, first time editing, so... Oh yeah, just keep doing this. Also I need to take some kind of timestamps how to make my webcam stuff and the video like line up perfectly. I'm just kind of not sure how to do that. I'm kind of feeling it and just taking it a second at a time and trying to line it up perfectly. Yeah, that's not here or there. And just keep doing this. And eventually you'll win.
It came as a complete
Like we did there.
when Ocelot discovered the S3 data from GW.
This is another part what I probably should have edited out.
Using fire to fight fire, creating the perfect assassin to retire Solid Snake's brother.
There's nothing to do but listen to
S3
Solidus here,
stands
pick up
for
Stinger
Solid
missiles
Snake
so you have full,
Simulation.
and wait
It's
till
a
the fight
development
starts with the
program to
race.
officially reproduce Solid Snake, the perfect warrior. The result is a Foxhound Commando. When Foxhound no longer exists,
I feel like
simulated
Solidus is
Snake
the
shaped by
worst
VR
final
resident.
boss in all Metal
Sound
Gear
like
games.
someone you know?
Not the gameplay of the
Jack.
fight itself, but like
I'm sorry to see you
Liquid
reduced
from
to one of
1
the
was really
Patriots'
cool.
puppets.
Like really
But I've
charismatic
made
character.
use of you, and their plan to
The boss was kind of charismatic character
Solid
from
Snake's
3,
sudden appearance,
or even
your
Vol'jin.
arrival. It was obvious the
And
Patriots were
Liquid
on my
Ocelot.
brains. I had to smoke
Ocelot
out the
is
agent before
like the
mission
recurring
entered the final
character.
phase. You came to
Trivia
hand,
question, who is the only
as
character
bait.
who's been in every single Metal Gear Solid game?
Jack,
Ocelot is the right
those
answer.
days during the Civil
Ocelot
War
was
were
like
as real as they come.
cool in 4.
Every day was absolute.
5?
Split
Who the hell
between
was even
life
in
and
5?
death.
Like
You
Skullface
ran
or
from it,
Salafanthropus.
and now you've been led back to war
Yeah,
by
5 was kind of a
something less
letdown as
than
well in
we.
terms of a final boss fight, but like as a stone fight, Solidus to be that cool of a character. Or the other ones are better. But yeah, the Ray fighter, oh boy, this is gonna take a while. And I take damage here from the machine gun just to make things a bit more interesting, so absolutely everything one-shots me. Yeah, but you shouldn't get hit by anything. And I'm so confident in this fight that I'm not even gonna heal the damage that I took by sitting down. And I need to kill 20 rays. To get through this, which is a lot. I luckily hit that one with the mouth. So this is the last time we use ammo in the game. And if you get the game over screen, you can check how many ammo you have used. It should be under 700 after this fight. As in Solidus we only use the sword. So 20 rays. If you go knee head, knee head, knee head, and then the final shot to the head. So basically if you don't screw up any of your missiles, each ray takes 7 stingers. 7 times 10 is 70. 70 times 2 is 140. So if my math checks out, you need 140 missiles to do this fight. And in the game over screen you can check how many shots you break and drop the game. And it needs to be under 700. And this is gonna use 140 minimum. So you can look at your game over screen and see if you're good or not. I had like 400 something at this point when the fight starts. So I had like almost 300 shots available to me. So 140 is more than enough. And yeah, I actually think if we only take attempts into account and not actually how long this fight takes, we look at each boss and we count the attempts it takes for each one. I completely ignore how long the fights are. I actually think this is the easiest fight in the game. It just takes forever. Like, if we purely go by attempts and nothing else, I actually think that even Olga is harder than this. But that just might be me. Personal playstyle or whatnot that makes it feel easy to me. Just really get into this rhythm and keep going. Any tips I could give for this one? Always spam your missile when you hit them in the knee. Don't wait till your missile actually hits before you take the shot to the head. Just keep spamming the missile. Because there's only one target, the head. And even if your aim is not immediately in the head, if you spam it, it will be there. It just needs to be there for a millisecond at some point between the missile's trajectory. So just keep spamming your missile after a knee shot. And if you don't take damage from the machine gun like I did, the machine gun doesn't one-shot you, so you probably should heal if you get hit by that, by crouching. But that's like the only thing that doesn't one-shot you. The missiles that come from above will one-shot you, the knee missiles will one-shot you. the mouth laser that you probably won't even see. I saw it once in this fight, I think. The mouth laser will also one-shot you. The stomp, I have no idea, I never get close enough to them though, so they could stomp me. I don't know if the stomp one-shots you or not. Yeah, keep the body armor on so the machine gun at least doesn't one-shot you. There's nothing else to have on the second, on the left side slot anyway, so. Yeah, this fight is all about getting into the rhythm of dodging everything. I'm not sure did I mention that I saved here. I used my 7th save on this fight. And I still have the 8th left for Solidus. Solidus is also kind of easy. But I still want the save there. Because if I fail at Solidus, which you can't get one shot, but you can't get one shot by the missiles. That Solidus shoots you with his tentacles. Can't get one shot by those, and if I didn't have a save there, it's all over again with this ray fight that takes like 15 minutes or something ridiculous like that. I have no idea how long this takes actually, but it feels like 15 minutes. Probably like closer to 10 to be honest. Oh. Well, how I've been doing with this video. It's the first time I make a video. Leave a comment or something if anybody actually sees this. Probably not. So I'm like a nobody on the YouTube scene or whatnot. But I'm not sure how anybody would discover this because I'm a complete nobody. But if you discover this and if you're watching this, if you leave a comment, I will read it for sure. I will see it for sure. I will probably reply if you ask like something of the playthrough or whatever other stuff. If you like leave a question or something in the comment section, I'll get back or I'll reply. Not like I have anything better to do. Do you think I should make another video of some kind? Or if you want to know something about the run or whatever. Whatever. You don't have to, obviously, but if you feel like doing it, do it. If you don't, you don't. Is whatever. I actually haven't seen a ton of runs on YouTube on Extreme with the big boss. Like everybody's doing the European Extreme, but I feel like Extreme is like, if you're like me and you like only care about the trophy for the PS5, I'm a bit of a trophy whore myself. You only care about the trophy, like Extreme is easier, so there isn't a lot of, or maybe there is, I just didn't see them. There isn't a whole ton of like extreme runs on the big boss. Oh, finally got the boss done. You can stop rambling. So I did it on extreme.
Are you awake yet, Jack?
Oh yeah, this torture thing.
GW, the Arsenal AI is
If you do
corrupted
well on
beyond
this torture,
repair.
you will
I
have
admit
more
that I
HP at the
underestimated you.
Solidus fight. We'll see how amazing I'm at it. I have barely any HP
Squeeze
left.
the answers out of you instead, my son.
I actually think it automatically stops when you are at a certain point in this. Yeah, Like, what, I held up like for like 10 seconds and yeah, we're done. I think it automatically stops like here.
What do you hope to hear? You know he doesn't know anything.
It's
And
not him I want the answers from.
on PlayStation 2 it doesn't end. You die. And as a child I couldn't beat the game because I couldn't mash the button. Like, that's the worst design choice ever. Hey, you are not fast enough at mashing a button. I guess you can't beat the game. Like, okay, thanks. But that was only on the harder difficulties, like Extreme or European. I think I played it on European Extreme. I was like 11 or 12. I'm not sure when exactly did I buy the game, and when it was released on Europe
Right.
or Finland more specifically. Probably the same release date all across Europe. So Solidus. This takes like 5-6 minutes for me. Not a speedrun strat. This comes down to blocking, and at the start when he has a lot of HP left he doesn't at the start when he has a lot of HP left he doesn't use the missiles. You can slash the missiles away. And I forgot to mention throughout the whole tango fights and everything that you need to put your weapon on blue. You press like square and the weapon goes blue, so it does fatigue damage instead of real damage. I should have mentioned that earlier, sorry for that. And here I only hit him twice, and I don't make him fall down. The reason is that I hate the missile attack. I really hate the missile attack. And if you don't make him fall down and you hit him like twice, he doesn't do the missile attack that often. If you make him fall, he will like almost every time he will do the fire sprint away and start shooting missiles. So I'm like manipulating him by not making him fall so he wouldn't do the missiles. He still does them from time to time, but he does it way less. Also you can't block that, as you see. Also you can't block this, as you see. That's why I took those hits, just to show you guys. Okay, hey, you can't block them. That's the only reason. Not that I'm bad at the game or anything. Every time you take damage, just heal it. Yeah, the fight actually gets easier when you get to the second phase, when he throws the tentacles away. Now I actually get hit by these missiles. And I'm left with like 1 HP. And now I make him fall down so I could heal. And immediately when I make him fall down, he's shooting the damn missiles that can one-shot you. Like, that's why I didn't want to make him fall down. But now I actually want him to fall down, so I have more of a window to actually heal. Yeah, just keep your block up, and when he's far away, keep healing. And slash the rockets. You cannot block the rockets. Here somewhere I remember that, well, I have a save on this boss and I'm losing my patience, I'm just gonna make him fall, like... I don't care anymore. If you get caught by the fire, if Raiden starts burning, you can equip the disguise. What's the thing called? Where you go and find the aims. You have the disguise set, outfit. If you get caught on fire, put the disguise on and put the body armor back on, and the fire will go away. And here the fight gets like it just gets easier. Is that there's no like there's no more one shots. He barely does any damage with anything when you have the body armor. By the way, that hit was total bullshit. Like I clearly faced him and was blocking. And you can't block that. I think here was another bullshit. Like that felt like such horseshit again. Like I'm clearly facing him and blocking and it just hits me for some reason. I think that's the last time he hits me with that attack. And now I block it like completely fine, so... Kind of wonky hitboxes, I guess. But if you get to this second phase of the fight... if you get to the second phase of the fight, well, there's no longer any point in not making him fall because he don't have the tentacles anymore to shoot the missiles. Just make him fall every time and heal afterwards if you've taken damage. I don't think I have ever lost this fight after I get to this phase. We're pretty much at the end of the run. Or not, because I get hit. And there we go. Then I edit most of this stuff out. There's like 10 minutes of
Do you remember this place?
unskippable stuff.
Of course. This come to
I
an end
hope I edited
sometime,
them out. I
and new
did.
species may rule over this planet. Earth may
Well. And we will see my stats. There we go. I had 24 minutes left. I kept saying half an hour, but my first playthrough was faster. I made some mistakes here. 24 minutes. And it's a little bit annoying this don't show some of the stuff that you need for Picaros run, like the shots fired, mechs destroyed. And was there something else maybe? Damage taking less than 10 life bars. There we go, big boss. Thanks for watching, I guess. Do you want me to make another video or something? Do you want to ask me something? Leave a comment. Peace!